Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to work on getting more oil to the refinery so that we can produce plastic more quickly. And there have been a couple comments left by some of you in relation to my throughput over here. We can see in the loading station that we're waiting for oil to get fed into these tanks to load into the trains. Now I do have 2 lines of oil coming in, which should be enough. But the comments that were made from some of you correctly pointed out that even though I've got 2 lines of oil coming out, I only have 1 line of oil coming in. And as a result of that, a lot of these drills are not pumping because this pipe is full. So this is our bottleneck on oil right now. So what I'd like to do is set this up so that we have two pipes coming in rather than 1. Let's just take a quick look here. There I've got 15 pump jacks, and up here I've got 35. Okay, I'm just trying to think of how I can split this up somewhat evenly. There's 26. 26. Okay. So if I divide this roughly in the middle, then that should balance things pretty well. So here's what we'll do. Let's see. Okay, I think that'll be lined up. There. That might be too easy, but let's see. Hopefully we'll see some of these pump jacks down here start to pump once this pipe starts to get itself emptied out. Okay, let's take a look over here at the loading station and see if that's helping things at all. Maybe not so much. I guess the indicator would be how fast these tanks get filled. And it looks like my display is somewhat broken. Let's go over and see if we can fix that. These tanks are starting to accumulate a little bit, so I think that's a good sign. Now some of these are still not filling, and it could just be that we might just have too many pump jacks even for 2 pipes. But now about half of these are on 1 pipeline going to the tanks, the other half are on another pipeline going to the tanks. So that should essentially double our throughput into these 2 tanks here. We can see that these are starting to fill up now very quickly. And then I have 2 pumps coming out, so I've got 2 lines coming out. I might need more than 2 lines. Okay, now it seems to be fixed. Alright, and it refills fairly quickly. Now the other thing that we could do is add more pumps. So we've got 1, 2, 3, alright. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So somewhere around here, we can put a couple more pumps. And I'm doing it here just because I have read, I haven't tested this myself, but I have read that after 14 pipe segments, you start to lose throughput. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, so let's put another pair of pumps here. And then we got 2, let's see, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so the rest of the way should be all right. Okay, so that should help the throughput a bit. Well, and it does. We can see that these pipes are starting to empty out a bit now. Back here they're full. Ah, that's why. Silly me. All right. And it certainly wouldn't hurt to have pumps here either. All right, so let's put a pump there. Basically anywhere we can squeeze one in. I think that's the only place, actually. Over here, I think we can get a couple. We can put one here. And let's put another one right here. Okay, and let's put one up here as well. Yeah, I think it would help to have more pumps over here. I'm not sure I like that very much. Well, I think it's okay. All right. Well, that looks better. Let's take a look at our production of crude oil. I think that would be a good way to check on this. All right. Yeah. So if we look at the last hour, it's been pretty steady, and this does indicate that that's been a bottleneck of sorts. Last 10 minutes, we've managed to increase it, so that's a good sign. I would like to see it increased even more than that, especially since I still have pump jacks. Well, the other thing that we can do is add more tanks and more lines. I'm going to need more pumps, though. So let's go back to the main base and get some more pumps. I haven't looked at power in a while. We're getting close to our limit. I would feel more comfortable if we had another set of reactors. Well, this is looking better. These tanks are no longer getting completely emptied out every time a train comes. It might help to go to 2 tanks on a train instead of only 1. We would have to modify these stations a bit. But that looks better. Yeah, you know, I think we need to add more pumps over here on this side. So let's do that next. And let's add a few more trains as well. First, I'll go back to the main base and get some engines so that I can craft some more pumps. All right, if we look at production now, it's kind of ugly. Yeah, science has stopped again. But one thing at a time. Okay, I can get rid of that. I'll keep that. I can get rid of that. Okay, pumps. I'll go ahead and just make a full stack of them. Okay, oil 1 to oil depot. Fluid wagon, go. And one more like that. Alright, so that should help a bit as well. Alright, so let's go over to the refinery and work on improving the flow of crude oil to the refineries. Actually, I don't know if that's really necessary. Let me look at my calculator. The Factorio calculator will tell you the minimum amount of piping that you need. And this is saying that I need 3 pipes less than or equal to 251 segments each in order to get 100. What we need is 148,000 crude per minute. Alright, so one thing we could do is we could look at our fluids. Alright, and we're making 160,000 a minute, so that's enough. 144,000. Alright, so we're producing barely enough. So if we added a 3rd line of crude oil from the pump jacks to the tanks, I think that would be a good idea. Now over here I have 4 lines of crude oil coming out. And I think that's enough. Yeah, see, these are all running full speed now. So I actually don't think I need to add any pumps here. I think I'm getting enough flow through these pipes. Yeah. You know, it might not hurt anyway. Alright, so we've got 2, 4, 6, bunch, 8, 10, 12. Alright, so let's put some pumps here. And we'll put one over here also. And we'll put a substation there just so we can cover them all with one. Alright, and then this one goes down and feeds into here. So what we can do is we'll just put another set of pumps every time we pass some of the refineries. Okay, and then I'll put 2 more here. Okay, and then 1 here. Okay, that should be good enough for that. Now, I'm not quite sure why these keep breaking. Oh, maybe it's just because that number changes so quickly that it doesn't display. Alright. But in any case, we're accumulating more in the tank now. We've got a lot of trains involved. I think it would be a good idea to convert this to a two-car solution. Now to do that, I would need to have 2 more pumps. Or it could even just be 1 more. Doesn't have to be 2 more. All right, now I need to hook up the rest of these tanks. There. All right. Yeah, I think if I did that, that should work. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that works. At least I think it will. I think that this one will get into the second car, which starts right where this light is, but you can see that that yellow box is there, so we're going to have to test that. So let's go back to the main base and get some more fluid wagons, and let's see how that works. Let's check on our production again. Yep, science is not going well right now. And we're waiting on high tech as usual. Okay, we're bringing, well, it's producing. So that's good. We've got modules. Yeah, we're out of red circuits again. There's some plastic. Yeah, this one is still not getting any plastic. But it doesn't have any trains either, so I think we're probably going to have to add more trains for red circuits. Alright, so I'll just... That's enough for 3 trains there. Okay. Alright, so let's go back over to the refinery. See if this is going to work. If it doesn't work with 2 pumps, then we can always just have 1 pump on the second car. It'll slow things down a little bit. But I don't think loading and unloading the trains is not what we're waiting for. It's, you know, a much more significant factor is the transit time of the trains. And and how fast we can pump it into the tanks. Okay. Yeah, see, we're doing okay here. I mean, the tanks are staying full. You know, this might not even really be completely necessary, but at least, at the very least, it will reduce the quantity of trains that we have on the network. Okay. Yeah, these pumps are facing the wrong direction, and I can see that this one is not working. there's not much that we can do about that. All right, let me flip that around. All right, and then what we'll do is I'll ride this train over to the depot, or over to oil 1, I should say. And then we'll fix up oil 1 to accommodate 2 cars instead of 1. The trains are going to accelerate more slowly with 2 because they're quite heavy. At least they used to be. They used to be twice as heavy as a regular cargo wagon. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I think they might have updated it at some point. Yeah, doesn't say. Yeah, I'm not sure what the weight is on these anymore. Alright, so as soon as we get to the station, I'm going to put this on manual so that we can update the station to use 2 cars. That, of course, will stop all the traffic and everything, which we don't necessarily appreciate. Alright, so this feeding system will have to be modified. Now you might say, yeah, actually, let's do this. On this side we can do this. Tubes up here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna need 6 now. All right, this is gonna read oil. Great. Yeah, so that'll get up to close to 200,000. Okay, so now send that to the, well, I could just put it in automatic mode now. Now what I can do is I can just add another wagon onto each of these trains as they come in here. I've got myself stuck. This is going to be dangerous. Okay, you're full. Oh, it's on manual again. Okay, good. That lets me get out of there at least. Okay, there's another one for you. And there's... Oh, I think it has to be in manual mode for me to do that. Guess that makes sense. Or maybe it's just the position. Okay. Yeah, I think it goes into manual mode when I add a wagon. Alright, and it looks like I need a few more of those. Alright, you go into manual mode too. While I craft these things. Jeez, how many of these trains do I have? Alright, it looks like I need at least one more. Is that a double? Criminy. We've got 3, 6, 9, I've got 10. Okay. And I think I've done Well, I don't remember how many I've done. I guess we're missing 2. Alright, so let's bring the train here so I can get a ride. But yeah, it looks like I need 2 more of those. While we're here, we can check on uranium. Looks like we're doing okay still. Yep. I want to add more power. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get a stacker over here. Especially now that it's going to take longer to load these things. And then I can also bring additional, well, I don't really need additional lines. I've got 2 lines. Actually, what I could do is just decrease the number of trains that I have now, since I just doubled the capacity of every one. Let me just take... I'll take 3 out of the system. That means we'll have less train traffic, and I won't really lose any throughput. Okay, this would help to be a chain signal, wouldn't it? Oh no. No, it would not. Okay. Alright, yeah, so here's one of the singles. And I think the next single should be just behind that one. Oh, I need to put a radar back over there. Alright, where are all the trains now? That's a double. Where's that single one now? That's a double, that's a double, that's a double. Alright, maybe I got them all. I can't tell from there. Okay, well this looks pretty good. Whoa, careful. Alright, yeah, I think... Oh, here it comes. Here comes the last single. I must have gotten held up in traffic somewhere. There it is. Okay. Alright, so we should be fine on oil now. Let me head back to the main base. And while we're doing that, we'll take a look at red circuits. Let's see if we have enough plastic. Red circuits. We have plastic there, we have some there. Okay. Let's check at the refinery. Okay, that's where our plastic trains are waiting. Alright, well plastic is producing full speed now. These are all green or yellow, which is good. How much coal do we have in our system? 16,000, so it doesn't seem that coal is a problem. Petroleum is accumulating over here quite nicely. So I think the problem is just going to be getting caught up on plastic production. Since we've had a shortage for so long, it might take a little while for things to get caught up. Alright, and we can help this along by, you know, maybe just sending it with a partial train, just to try to get things caught up a bit. Alright, let's look at red circuit production again now. There we've got plastic, plastic, we have plastic, we have no plastic. And how many plastic trains do we have? We have only 4 plastic trains. One of them is being filled. Okay. Yeah, so for the plastic, I think we're going to need to... In order to get this top one full, I think 4 trains might be enough, but we're going to have to put some controls. So we'll do that in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.